Okay, let's get right into it. Today we're going to open the hood on a company called Ellret.
Mm.
If you've spent any time at all on social media, I'm sure you've seen their ads. They're everywhere.
Oh, yeah. They're very slick.
They promise these beautiful, personalized 3D figurine acrylic plaques. They look like the perfect gift, and they're sold at a pretty premium price.
They are.
So our mission today is to sort of cut through that glossy filter. We're going to look at the ads, which promise this high-end collectible statue,
Right.
and compare that to what customers are actually getting based on a whole stack of reviews and, frankly, scam reports we've found.
And this isn't just about Ellret, is it? I mean, this really gets at a bigger issue in e-commerce.
Managing expectations.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Especially with custom items you can't see or touch first. The risk of a major letdown is just, incredibly high when it's all based on these perfectly curated photos.
So let's start with that core conflict, the promise versus the reality. The ads, they really suggest a thick, almost resin-like object, right? Something with actual weight and depth.
Yeah, a 3D figurine is what they call it. That's the key phrase.
And you'd think that means it's, I don't know, an actual little statue that stands up on its own.
Precisely. And that's where the disappointment comes in. I mean, it's shockingly consistent across thousands of complaints. People expect that premium, thick statue.
And what do they get?
What arrives is basically a printed photo coaster. It's a thin, flat piece of acrylic on a little stand.
So it's two-dimensional.
Completely.
Huh.
It has none of the depth or the quality you see in the ads. It's a classic visual bait and switch.
Wow.
And that's if it even shows up. We saw a lot of reports from people who just never received anything at all.
Okay, so the product itself is a huge disappointment. That's one thing. But when we look at the data, the technical side of the website, that's where you see the rot, right?
This is where it goes from being a bad product to a potential pattern of deception. The technical scores show this isn't just an accident.
And what are those scores?
Well, Scam Advisor gives Ellret a trust rating of 17 out of 100.
17. That's terrifyingly low.
It is. And Guidance Soft also flags the site as highly suspicious. And these warnings are usually tied to some pretty big technical red flags.
Like what?
The biggest one is a complete lack of transparency. There's no information about who actually owns or operates the store.
And that's not just an oversight.
No, not at all. When sites are set up like this, like a shell company or a dropshipping front, it's almost impossible for a customer to get any real recourse. There's no address, no one to hold accountable. They can inflate the quality with zero consequences.
And I imagine that lack of transparency leads right into a customer service black hole.
You got it. When things go wrong, they almost always do, customers find that support is either super slow or just completely non-existent.
So if the product is so clearly not what was advertised, how do they get away with their refund policy?
Well, this is the crucial part of their economic strategy.
The strategy.
Yeah. When a customer tries to return an item that's obviously wrong, they're met with a refusal. Or if they really push, they get an offer for a tiny partial refund,
How tiny are we talking?
like 10 to 15% back on a $50 purchase.
So $5.
Exactly. And they are betting that your time and energy to fight it isn't worth that $5. It's a business model that actually makes poor service profitable. They just rely on people giving up and swallowing the loss.
So to sum it all up, what's the final takeaway here?
At the end of the day, Ellret looks like a classic example of a shop using these amazing photos to hook you emotionally.
Right, get you excited about the gift.
But what they deliver is a cheap, flat replica. If that is, it ever actually shows up at your door.
So what's the advice for anyone listening who might still be tempted?
Well, first, manage your expectations. Understand that the photos are an idealized version. But most importantly, always, always use a secure payment method.
A credit card or PayPal? Yes, something that gives you a mechanism to dispute the charge if the product is fraudulent or just never arrives. That's your only real protection. That's great advice. And here's a final thought to leave you with. The next time you're scrolling and you see that perfect custom gift, just ask yourself, is this ad trying to appeal to my heart, or is it designed specifically to bypass my critical thinking?